What's up, Predicted fam? Don Ritchie here, bringing you another quick beast recap of some SPY plays we had today. SPY was set to open at about 409 for 10ish today, and as usual before open I called out the strikes that I was watching, called out the 415 call and the 405 put, 5 points up and down. Oh man, always choosing the larger psychological strikes, as big money and retail traders all tend to gravitate towards these larger numbers. SPY, as usual, catching a little turbulence at open. And we catch our first real move here as the 405 put arrives at burger bottom. At the same time, SPY is looking to fill this little gap it had overnight, and catches a nice pop and starts to top out at about that level, also right over point of control. So at the same time, we have 405 put basing at burger bottom, SPY now topping out at this level right above POC, and at the same time the put is topping out, or I'm sorry, the call is topping out at burger top. So again, always looking for all these things to happen at the same time to produce a nice trade and give us a nice confirmation about what's about to happen. So looking now for this pullback as this 405 bases here at burger bottom, as well as yesterday's open, this white hash line. And we get a nice pullback here on SPY, and our 405 starts to gain some value. Now we had a nice strong pop, not convinced to downside just yet, so I'm really just playing down here to VWAP. We get a nice pop, I collect a little bit, about 20-30% up, but we continue with strength down through yesterday's low right here. So we break below yesterday's low, and we continue up to the open level on the 405 puts. At the same time, the 415 call is coming down to its open level. So again, looking for this moment in time for this move to lose steam, right? The call is losing value, coming to its open level. The put is gaining value, coming to its open level, as SPY is now also approaching its open level. It's not going to always be the same 3 inflection points, but it's going to be some assortment of inflection points, right? So we get our feet here at open again, as well as this 1 hour and just the 1 hour squeeze bottom right here. We catch a pop and our calls start to gain a little value, right? And again, our put is coming back down to yesterday's open, as well as the bottom burger bun. We defend this level pretty well, a couple of head fakes, and we buy back in. We get another nice leg as we come here and reject point of control on equity. Same time, we're putting in a lower high on the call and coming back down and losing this open level, as well as this low of day put in previous. We get a nice move down in our put prints. We get very close to burger top, as SPY has now reached the mean and burger bottom. And again, we're looking for a reversal. So SPY holds up at the mean, and we get another move back. Again, our put is coming right back to our burger bottom. I personally was getting lunch at this time, so I wasn't able to buy back in, but I still had some runners, and we took off again. Alright, had I been here, I would have picked up more in this area, and we would have gone on another run from about a buck, $1.10 to another $1.05 or $1.06. You know, I ultimately know that either this is coming at the end of the day or it's going to fail, but I'm going to pay for it along the way. $1 to $1.07, $1 to $1.05, $1 to $1.05, And then again, right, we're getting a little bit closer to a potential larger move at the end of the day. Again, we get our feet here at the mean, we get a nice pop, and we get a nice strong fade down to low of day on these puts. Calls again back to their open level. Can't really close some solid candles above though, and we get another rejection. And again, SPY cannot get through yesterday's low. We get this rejection. This is very important level to watch. You know, recent highs and lows always represent recent buyers and sellers, and this game is purely buying and selling, and they draw the lines for us, right? So we reject yesterday's low again, and we start to get another move back down in this same range. Just going to keep playing in the same range on this put until it doesn't work. We come down, we test the mean and this bottom burger again. We make another H on it, but this time didn't get back to the top of the range, kind of giving us some hints that we're feeling a little weaker. Squeeze clouds are starting to open up. We go lower. The 405 put holds up the bottom burger bun really well this time. And we start to go a little higher on this premium, right? At the same time, the 415 call is starting to base a bit in our B zone. We go lower, we start to break some more recent lows. This week's low, we break through, we chop at it a bit. And then we get to last week's low as we approach power hour at 3 o'clock. This was the accelerator for the day right here. After we crack through last week's low, there's really not much holding us up from there, and we get a serious fade to get this SPX roll week going. Our 405 now on its final journey gets up to burger top, and at the same time that we get through this accelerator of last week's low, entering power hour at 3 p.m., we break through this top bun and this thing goes off to the moon. Getting in here, if you got in and had your orders out at this final run from this burger bottom up to a level we already had this morning, at the very top, you're talking almost 400%, just playing the levels that we gave you at open. Hope this makes sense to you all. Always looking for these inflection points being hit at the same time, right? Calls, puts, equity. If you can hit inflection points on all three, you're probably setting up for a good trade, and you have very good levels to risk against to hopefully not get burned too bad if it does fail, right? I did not know for sure that this was going to end this way. It could have easily ended in failing, like the call did on this side. But I paid for it along the way. I had exposure for the final move, and I was there and ready for it. But alright, y'all, as always, if you guys need anything, please hit us up in the DMs, and I'll catch y'all in chat.